You guys, Malika Andrews needs to be stopped. For those who are not familiar with Malika, she's the one that Stephen A. Smith had to demolish for trying to come at him like he was a victim abuser.
Stephen A., with all due respect, this is not about pointing the finger. Stop.
She told this man to stop on his own show. I thought it was damn near her show. Stephen A. Smith has been on the ESPN for 100 years, so he wasn't having it.
The fact that we are sitting here debating whether somebody else should have been suspended or not, we are not here, Stephen A., to further blame women. That is not why we are here.
Let me be very clear. I don't appreciate where you're going with that. I'm not blaming anybody but Ime Udoka. He deserves, the fact of the matter is, I've said he deserved to be fired if they were going to fire him. If you're not going to fire him, then don't fire him. My issue is all of this being publicized. The point that I'm trying to make is just like you're not mentioning. Excuse me. I listened to you. You're the one telling me to stop on my show. It ain't happening.
You see what I'm saying? He completely demolished her. And if that wasn't enough, a couple days later, Malika went to her show and went out of her way to talk about another black man's criminal history. This couldn't have been on the teleprompter.
You reported that Joe Mazzulla will be the interim head coach here. You can see his resume on your screen. He's been a Celtics assistant coach the last 3 seasons after spending the previous 3 seasons at Fairmount State. And he played for West Virginia between 2006 and 2011, and now could become the NBA's youngest head coach at 34 years old. And we'd be remiss not to also mention that Mazzulla was arrested twice at West Virginia, once in 2008 for underage drinking and aggravated assault. He pled guilty, paid a fine, and then again in 2009 for domestic battery after an incident at Morgantown Bar. The domestic battery case never went to trial. It was settled in August of 2009. He paid a $100 fine and court costs, plus had to do 40 hours of community service. Now, that was 13 years ago. He settled and paid both fines. So, Woj, why are the Celtics choosing him as their next head coach?
What are we doing here? What are we doing? Bruh, this is what makes me think that she has been harmed in the past by some man. Some man then stole and broke her heart. You brought up this man's criminal history 13 years ago, underage drinking, as he was getting a head coaching position for the Boston Celtics, as if they were going to get that information and be like, oh, we're not hiring him now. We're not going to hire him. But the reason why we are all gathered here today, she tried to accuse Jalen Rose, who's already been through enough with the whole Molly Karam and her messing around with Stephen A. She accuses this brother of filling and groping on her. Check out this video.
Where does it? Get your finger out of my armpit. Get your finger out of my armpit.
Pause it right here. Clearly, Jalen Rose wasn't feeling that allegation. He immediately yanked his hand back and dapped up Richard Jefferson. Bruh, this woman is trying to set this dude up. He's already been through enough with Molly. Man, Malika Andrews, she needs to be stopped.